And I said before that if that announcement were made, or something to that effect, that I would rather be in the liquor business than the real estate business.
Author and researcher Bud Hopkins is convinced that alien abductions are at the heart of the cover-up because they seemingly happen so often and there doesn't seem to be anything anyone can do to stop them.
These people or creatures or whatever they are here and doing what they want to with a population, able to control their memories, float them out of their houses or their cars or whatever, do physical examinations, take samples and send them back, and there's nothing the government can do about it. Can you imagine any government leader standing up and admitting that publicly? It would be an absolute abdication of that sense of control that all politicians like to have. Nobody will do that.
Stan Friedman maintains that people could handle the truth without widespread panic, but he also believes the effects would be profound.
I mean, some of the things that would happen, I suppose, church attendance, mental hospital admissions would go up, stock market would go down. But I think the biggest thing that would happen, based on 600 college lectures, a lot of young people out there, is that there'd be an immediate push on the part of the younger generation, which was never alive when there wasn't a space program, interestingly enough, for a whole new view of ourselves, instead of as Americans, Russians, Chinese, Cubans, Ghanaians, whatever, as earthlings. Because obviously, from an alien viewpoint, we are all earthlings. There's no government on this planet that wants that.
Interestingly enough, NASA has already drafted a list of protocols to be followed in the event that contact with aliens is ever publicly confirmed. Even with a game plan to follow, any such announcement would be dicey business.
Let's say that the president decided to make an announcement. If he made it today, this is what I think that he would say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this extraterrestrial spacecraft are operating in our environment.
They can fly circles around the best aircraft we have in flight.
Where they come from, we do not know. Who is in them, we do not know.
We do know they can paralyze anybody they want to at will, take them into their craft.
We do not know if they represent a threat, but we know that they're here and there isn't a damn thing we can do about it.
Thank you and good night.
If the government can't issue a declaration, what about the visitors themselves? Although it seems as if their presence has become more obvious over the past few decades, there apparently has been no overt attempt at blowing the lid off the cover-up.
It's quite obvious that the secrecy doesn't even originate with the government. Why don't the visitors land on the White House lawn and make themselves public? Why didn't they do that this morning? The reason is they themselves are the architects of the secrecy.
I get the feeling that they don't want us to solve this feeling. I get the feeling that they want to protect the secrecy program. I get the feeling that they don't like what is happening in our society in terms of learning about them.
If the visitors won't end the secrecy, and if the government can't, the burden for uncovering the truth falls to the public. The UFO question isn't something which belongs solely in the domain of tabloids, talk shows, or movies of the week. We all have a stake in the answer.
I think the only hope for a decent future for this planet is an earthling orientation. The easiest way to get it is to recognize that somebody's coming here, and to them, we are all earthlings, like it or not.